What if a football tournament lasting just 1 month became the catalyst for the most ambitious national reset the United Kingdom has attempted in a generation? What if Euro 2028 wasn't really about football at all, but about forcing Britain to confront decades of underinvestment, regional inequality, outdated transport systems, and a quiet loss of global confidence? This is not speculation. This transformation is already underway. As the UK prepares to co-host the 2028 UEFA European Championship, a $25 billion wave of infrastructure spending is reshaping cities, transport corridors, housing markets, and governance itself. From the outside, Euro 2028 appears restrained. There are no futuristic desert stadiums, no artificial islands, no trillion-dollar headlines announced in a single press conference. But beneath that restraint lies something more radical. Britain is attempting something far riskier, compressing decades of delayed upgrades into a fixed 5-year window. Stadium modernization, rail expansion, airport upgrades, digital security systems, and city center regeneration are all being forced to converge on a single immovable deadline. And unlike most mega events, this one does not belong to a single host city. It spans an entire nation. Every transformation needs an anchor, and for Euro 2028, that anchor is Wembley Stadium. Already iconic, Wembley is undergoing another layer of modernization, not to reinvent itself, but to future-proof its role as Europe's premier event venue. Crowd flow systems are being redesigned. Digital ticketing and biometric access are replacing legacy processes. Security screening, public realm design, and surrounding transport capacity are being upgraded to handle tournament-scale demand repeatedly, not just once. Wembley becomes the visual symbol of a deeper national shift. From London, the transformation spreads outward. Manchester is positioning itself as a northern counterpart to the capital. Regeneration around stadium precincts and rail corridors is turning former industrial land into dense mixed-use districts of housing, hotels, and commercial space. Tram extensions, station upgrades, and pedestrian networks are being accelerated to ensure tens of thousands of fans can move through the city without paralysis. Euro 2028 has turned long-term ambition into immediate obligation. That same urgency defines Birmingham, a city long described as Britain's logistical heart, but held back by outdated infrastructure. Here, the tournament has become a catalyst to complete projects that once stalled in political limbo. Station concourses are expanding, surrounding districts are being rebuilt, and housing developments are rising alongside transport hubs. Euro 2028 provides political cover. Projects framed as essential for international readiness suddenly become untouchable. None of this works without transport. At the center of the transformation is a rail network older than the automobile itself. While HS2 has been scaled back, its partial delivery still reshapes capacity-feeding host cities. More importantly, Euro 2028 has unlocked funding for hundreds of quieter upgrades, digital signaling, platform extensions, rolling stock renewal, and timetable integration that collectively redefine national mobility. London's Underground is undergoing one of its most comprehensive digital overhauls in decades. Automated signaling, real-time congestion management, and accessibility improvements are being accelerated specifically to handle Euro-scale surges. The goal is not survival during one tournament month, but resilience for decades of global events. Airports form another pressure point. Heathrow, Manchester, and regional hubs are upgrading passenger processing, biometric screening, and baggage automation. Euro 2028 brings millions of visitors, but the infrastructure being installed is designed for long-term competitiveness. Football becomes the justification for aviation reform that would otherwise face years of delay. As the focus shifts north, Glasgow emerges as Scotland's anchor city. With Hampden Park hosting matches, regeneration efforts around the stadium aim to reconnect fragmented neighborhoods, upgrade transport access, and attract private investment that once bypassed these districts. Euro 2028 strengthens Glasgow's claim as a permanent global events city. In Cardiff, the transformation is smaller but symbolic. Walkability projects, waterfront renewal, and digital connectivity upgrades are positioning the city to punch above its weight. The tournament gives Wales a rare global stage, not just to host matches, but to redefine its capital's identity. What truly separates Euro 2028 from previous British mega events is not what is being built, but how it is being delivered. Fragmented planning authorities are being forced into synchronized execution. Local councils, national transport bodies, private developers, and security agencies are now working against one deadline that cannot slip. Planning approvals are being streamlined, procurement timelines compressed, environmental reviews conducted in parallel rather than sequence. Projects once considered politically untouchable are moving forward because Euro 2028 provides justification. Digital infrastructure forms an invisible layer of this transformation. Euro 2028 will be one of the most data-intensive sporting events Europe has ever staged. Ticketing, crowd movement, policing coordination, transport scheduling, and emergency response are being unified through shared digital platforms across England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and Ireland. Once installed, this backbone does not disappear. It becomes permanent state infrastructure. Housing plays a quieter but critical role. Temporary fan demand has exposed chronic housing shortages. In response, cities are accelerating mixed-use developments near stadiums that blend hotels, short-term rentals, and permanent housing. These are not disposable athlete villages. They are designed to integrate directly into local housing markets, turning a temporary event into a long-term supply solution. Security upgrades add another dimension. Surveillance integration, cyber resilience systems, crowd analytics, and emergency coordination are all being modernized. Euro 2028 requires one of Europe's most complex multi-nation security operations, and once built, that capacity permanently elevates the UK's ability to host global summits, tournaments, and crises. There is also a reputational gamble. Since Brexit, Britain has struggled to project itself as a reliable global convening power. Euro 2028 offers a chance to demonstrate competence rather than spectacle. If fans move effortlessly between cities, if transport holds under pressure, if security remains invisible, the message is clear. This is a country that still functions at scale, but failure would be equally visible. Delays, disruptions, or safety incidents would reinforce narratives of decline. Euro 2028 does not tolerate slippage. Every unfinished platform, every delayed signal upgrade, every incomplete precinct becomes a national embarrassment. In that sense, Euro 2028 is not a celebration, it is an audit. A test of whether an aging nation can still mobilize quickly, modernize pragmatically, and turn a football tournament into a lasting reset rather than a fleeting moment. By the time the final whistle blows, the real outcome will already be decided, not on the pitch, but in the cities, systems, and institutions that remain long after the stadium lights go dark. If you enjoyed this exploration into the future, make sure to like and subscribe to Future Foundation. There are countless mega projects reshaping our world, and we'll be here to bring you every breakthrough. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.